Hi, welcome to the Kidney Walk Family Friendly Yoga for 2021. I'm so glad you're here. My name's Janis Ware with Your Yoga with Janis, and I'll be sharing this practice with you from this beautiful space, Sacred Health Studios in Des Moines. So let's go ahead and get started. We'll do the first part seated in a chair, and then the second part will be on the mat. So let's go ahead and begin. We always begin with a bit of centering time. So find a comfortable seat, sit up nice and tall, nice long spine, and just close your eyes for a moment. Maybe place one hand on your heart and one on your belly, and notice your breath. Can you feel your heartbeat? So please know that today, during this practice, if at any time anything should feel painful or uncomfortable, just please back off from that. It's your yoga, and you decide what's best for your body today. You can bring the hands back to the lap and open your eyes. And we'll begin with something called sunshine arms and ocean breath. So as we inhale, we bring our arms up like the sun, and exhale, make the sound of the ocean. Let's do that a couple more times. Breathing in and out. Once more. Just a nice way to take some deep breaths and release a bit before we move on. Next, we're going to practice something called humming or bee breath, and we'll do that while we are doing torso circles, or what I like to call stirring the pot. So keeping your hands here on your legs, we'll lean forward, and then we go to the side and the back and the other side very slowly. So this is the stirring the pot. And then while we do this, we'll do some humming, this making the sound of a bee. And pause, and we'll go back the other direction. Inhale, and then as you exhale, make the sound of a bee. And pause. So we have the sunshine and the ocean and the bee. And next we'll practice a mudra or a hand gesture called lotus. So you bring your pinkies together and then your thumbs together so your hands connect, but your fingers are outstretched, creating a blossom. And this is a lotus blossom. Okay. Now, as we practice that, let's pay attention to how we're sitting. So our feet should be about hip distance. Have a nice right angle in the hips, the knees, and the ankles. And as you press your feet into the earth, feel your legs engage, feel your spine get longer, and your crown reaching toward the sky, but keeping your chin forward a bit. And just enjoying your lotus blossom and taking a breath here. And now we'll move into cat-cow. So bring the heels of your hands into your hip creases right here. Okay. And as we inhale, we'll lift our heart. So we're not throwing the neck back. We're just lifting our heart as if there was a string here pulling our heart upward. So let's inhale and try that. And then as we exhale, we're going to take our hands toward our knees and round the back slightly. And breathing in, bring the heels back, the heels of the hands back, and exhale. So this is warming up our spine, Everything's connected to our spine. So it's very important we take time to warm it up, and nice and slow and with the breath. Now let's come back to center and do some cobra. You know, cobra is a snake and has that head that comes up. So cobra in yoga is a matter of lifting the heart again. So you can put your hands on your legs right here. Relax your shoulders down and back. Maybe even bring those shoulder blades together and just lift the heart. And again, not throwing the neck back. So this is one way to practice it. Another way is just staying where you're at. Put your hands on the front of your knees, and as you pull on your knees, pull back on your knees, bring your chest forward and upward a bit more. And just take some breaths here. No need to hold your breath. You're just breathing here. And then we'll relax and come back to center. All right, let's move to some standing practices. So I'm going to keep the chair close by, and I suggest you do too, just in case you might want it for some balance support in a little bit. So find the center of your mat, and we're going to visit mountain again standing. So your feet are about hip distance apart, or about 2 fist widths between your knees. Can give you an idea on that one. And then root down to the 3 corners of your feet, underneath the big toe mound, the little toe mound, and the heel, rooting down there. Just roots going down. Okay? And as you do that, feel your legs engage. Keep a little bit of a bend in your knee. Okay? And then drawing the waistband, the spine long, shoulders relaxed down the back, palms facing forward, chin down just a little bit. Do you feel how that expands the back of the neck? This is Tadasana or Tadasana, mountain posture. I am the mountain, strong, stable, still, and serene. And serene means peaceful. So from here, from mountain, we'll move into crescent moon. So bring your arms out to your sides, and when they get to shoulder width, flip your palms upward and bring your palms up above your head. Interlace your fingers with the index finger pointing upward. Now, if your shoulders are bothering, you might want to be here. If it feels good in your body, go ahead and reach the arms high. And now we'll make the shape of a crescent moon. So we'll be bending to one side. So that hip might go out just a little bit. And now reach with that outer arm. Feel that stretch along the outside of your side body. And then we'll come back to center. And we'll do the other side. So we find our foundation first, and then bend into that crescent moon. Once we find a good shape, then we reach with that upper arm. And keep breathing, and come back to center, and hands to heart center. And down to your sides. Beautiful job. So next is when you might want to have your chair handy for some balance support, because we're going to practice tree. So standing, again with your feet about hip distance apart, root down into the leg that's closest to your balance support. So you're rooting down, this leg is engaged. This is going to be the trunk of your tree. So it's rooting down, it's solid and strong. And then bend the other knee and open your hip. Now you can be right here. See how this feels with the toes on the ground. You can use your balance support to bring your foot up to the inside of your shin. And then you can play around with letting go of the balance support and seeing how that feels. It's helpful to find a focal point, something you can just stare at that isn't going to move. And then for hand positions, you can have your branches out here. Maybe you're into your branches, you're thinking about where they connect to the trunk, or they can be up here. What does your tree look like today? Everybody's tree is different, and that's okay. And then we bring our hands back together, lower that foot down to the earth, and shake out that supporting leg. It did a lot of work holding us up. And we'll move to the other side. So first we want to find our mountain posture. Okay. And then you can have a hand on the balance support if you would like. Now let's think about rooting down through our supporting leg. Those roots shooting out the bottom of your foot, going into the earth. This leg is so engaged, strong. This is your trunk. And then the other leg, you'll bend the knee, open it out to the side. And again, you can be here, or you can explore what it might be like to bring your foot up higher along your leg. And you can decide where you want to be with your balance support and with your arms. So you can have them here at your heart center, branches outward or branches upward. It's your tree. You decide what you want to do with your arms. Keep your drishti, or your focal point. That helps your balance. And really engage that core, drawing that waistband. That helps your balance too. And when you're ready, bring the hands back in, lower that foot to the earth, and we'll shake out this leg, because it did a lot of work. So next we'll move into proud warrior. So let's take our legs wide, and we'll point one foot towards the short end of our mat, and the other foot is kind of pointing out at an angle. It's not pointing straight to the side of the mat. It's not pointing toward the short end of the mat, but a bit of at an angle. So legs nice and wide. Okay. Hips facing the long edge, and then we'll bend this front knee. We don't have to bend it super deep or anything like that. And bring our arms out to side. And then shift back a little bit, and then take our gaze out over that bent leg. This is Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2, Proud Warrior. So feel the strength in your legs. They are strong, they are rooted. Your spine is long and tall. Your gaze is focused. Courageous. We just take several breaths here. And if you're feeling a little wobbly, you can do this against a wall. And that can be very supportive. All right, now let's go ahead and let's straighten the front leg and lower our arms. Shake those out a bit. Now we'll face the other direction. So all we do is shift our feet. So we take the opposite foot, so it's pointing toward the short end of the mat. Back foot, toes pointing at an angle. Just find what feels comfortable to you. And then bending that front knee. Might need to adjust your stance a bit. And then torso facing the long edge of the mat. Arms up shoulder height. Just shift back a teeny tad here. And gaze out over that bent leg. Now, are you gripping the mat or the floor with your toes? Whoa, what if we lifted our toes up off the floor? Just let our feet support us. Legs are strong and engaged. Shoulders are relaxed. Sometimes we have a tendency to scrunch them up. The strength is coming from the legs. The arms are just ornaments here. And that gaze is straight out over that bent leg. Proud warrior. Courageous, strength, balance. Lots of good stuff going on here. You might be kind of feeling like you're blowing in the wind a little bit, and that's natural. Then when you're ready, we'll straighten that front leg, lower our arms, and we'll maintain a wide stance. And actually this time, we'll just have our feet, we'll stand so your feet are facing pointing directly to the long edge of your mat, and then just turn them out just a wee bit. Okay? So I have a nice wide stance, and we're going to practice Tadasana or star pose first. So here we are. So here, 5-pointed star, each leg, each arm, and the crown right up here. So let's go ahead and take our arms out to sides. And legs are straight, but keep a teeny tiny bend in the knee so that they're not locked out. Make sure your shoulders are relaxed, down and back. Arms outstretched. Star. And then from here, we're going to go to horse pose and do a horse breath. So just keep your feet right where they're at, but bend your arms and sit back a little bit, like you're sitting on the saddle of a horse. And then we'll inhale and do horse breath. So breathe in and let's try that again. Breathe in and out. So you're breathing out your mouth and making that funny sound with your lips and your voice. So now let's come back up to star pose. So we'll inhale at star, and then we'll go to horse and exhale. So let's breathe in. And now go into horse, and breathe in. And out. And we'll move slowly, definitely, but you can decide how far down you sit. It kind of depends on your knees. So we're breathing in with star and out with horse. Of course, it isn't your favorite thing. You just breathe normally. Just keep breathing. That's the most important thing. And now let's find our star. And let's bring everything inward. And we're going to inhale, and our exhale, we're going to shoot our star out. So breathe in. And relax the arms down. Now let's heel toe our feet back to center. That's a good practice for our feet to do that. And find our mountain once again. So we're standing tall, rooting down under the ball of the foot, the mound under the little toe and the heel. Feeling the legs engaged, slight bend in the knees. Shoulders relaxed down and back. Drawing that waistband, that helps the spine lengthen. Bring the chin down. Relax your toes down if they're up. And we just breathe here. Our last posture, which is the last posture of every yoga class, is Shavasana. So Shavasana is a resting pose. So you can rest by sitting in a chair, or you can lay down on your mat. Just find a place where you can lie down or sit, where you can allow your body to completely relax. So find that place now. And just allow your arms to be at your sides. Let the heaviness of your legs sink into the surface below you. You're safe and you're supported. Let your midsection and your back sink as well. Completely supported by the surface below you. Your arms are soft. just like noodles. Let the shoulders go super soft. They can just let go and relax now. And your head, allow it to sink into the surface below, knowing it is safe and supported. Feel your scalp soften, your forehead, the area around your eyes, your cheeks, and allow the lower jaw to open slightly. Shavasana is a time of rest, and it's a time for our body to absorb and take in all that we just did during our practice. It's a time where we just can be. Nothing to do, nowhere to go. And then as we bring our class to a close, you can wiggle your fingers and your toes. Bend one knee and then the other. And if you're lying down, roll to one side. And press yourself up into a seated position. Let's go ahead and inhale, take our hands to sky. Exhale toward the earth. Breathing in and out. And on this last time, we'll breathe in and bring our palms together. And then in super slow motion, bring them down toward the heart. Gently brushing your face with your thumb or your finger, your forehead, your nose, your lips, your chin. Bringing your hands to heart center. So great practicing with you today. I hope you're enjoying your time with the kidney walk, and I hope you enjoyed today's practice. May you be safe, may you be well, may you be filled with peace. Thank you.